primary bedroom is quite large, so we have generous space in there. Wake up every day to the view. Sometimes the moon actually wakes us up at night, so sunshade and sun control is a big thing to consider, and we do see great sunsets at night as well. There really was only one way to lay out the room, which again is really common in New York City. There's one way to put everything, one place to put the dresser, one place to put the bed. There's a little niche where the bed and our nightstands go. Challenge of the primary bedroom was that it has very high ceilings. So I didn't want our furniture to feel too dwarfed or too small, so you'll notice our headboard is quite high. Really thinking about scale and how that responds to the ceiling height is very, very important because we have 12-foot ceilings here. This dresser is a classic mid-century modern piece from William Hinn. The nightstands are linen wrapped, quite contemporary. So the base pieces we have in the room are quite modern, and then I mixed them in with some vintage lamps that are lapis inlay. These are really incredible. An Asian cabinet that's an antique, and this incredible screen I picked up from India.
My client really wanted the bedroom to be a sanctuary. She wanted to just be enveloped in it, to have this cocoon is exactly what she asked for. So we did that by creating the space that is almost uniform in color. So the walls are done in a silk fabric that we had paperback. Then we made the curtains in a similar fabric. It's a wool, but it's a very, very similar tone. And the chaise lounge and everything in the room, very, very warm cream colors. When we're designing window treatments, I always feel like it's one of those things that can make or break a space. So we designed 3 layers. The actual curtains are black outlines, so if the client wants to sleep in or really wants to have a very private moment, they can close the curtains. The Roman shades are what we call belly Romans, and they're mostly decorative, and we install them to really take the edge off of all the angular architecture in the space. And then below the Roman shade, we have this really beautiful woven shade, which provides privacy, which is really important when you have a building, 30 feet away, but it allows the light to filter through.
So the primary bedroom has stunning views, full height glass. It's very warm and welcoming. It was just important to create a serene space, but add a little bit of vibrancy through the art and textiles. It feels like you're directly on the water on a boat where you can just come out and enjoy a cup of coffee and absorb all the beautiful views.
Two of the client's daughters share a room. They're very close in age and they love the color pink and yellow. So we took those 2 colors and made a bedroom for both of them. It shows both of their personalities and they love sharing a room together. We picked a very pretty fuchsia, cementy looking paper, which we thought could grow with them if we wanted to ever switch around anything else in the room. And I think it's really fun and gives a great pop of color when you walk in. We designed the girls' beds in a white color with yellow piping to add something a little fun, and we actually added storage below the beds for extra bedding and other things they wanted to store underneath there. And we brought in the pink from the walls with a really cute bedding to go on top of the bed.
The primary bedroom is really a space that we worked very hard to get right. We delineated the room between the closets and the sleeping area by customizing built-in closets. And it creates a wall for the television to sit on, and then also a dressing area for the husband.
This room is not all about the views. It's probably one of the very few rooms where we don't have a wall of windows. And so we wanted to get that feeling of encompassment, okay? And we decided to use this crushed velvet. When you hang something like velvet on walls, you always see the seams. It's intentional. And I love it. I think it has a very rich feeling. We chose a relatively dark olive green color. it makes the whole room feel so warm and cozy.
We're in the guest bedroom. The bedroom, obviously the sleeping area, usually takes the most significant view. So this space is the sleeping area, and it connects to the water through the French doors and to an outdoor deck. This is a piece that we picked up at High Point, and I love integrating antique elements. And we're not talking about collector elements, we're talking about affordable antiques with new components. Creates a real wonderful warmth to it. Then when you enter into what I basically call the functional space, this room, the fun thing about this room is it connects to the bar. So if we turn and look, you're going to see all the timber frame. So thus the reason we use the Doug fir color on the windows so that these spaces would be tied together.